Hey guys, what's up? Today I just want to show you how to play against the Scotch Gambit in the most recommended and aggressive way. And I'm going to do that in two sections. So the first section is where I'm going to play a 3 minutes blitz match on Lichess against a random chess player, not a paid actor. And section 2 is where I'm going to do a quick analysis of the game and the defense that I'm going to use against the Scotch Gambit. Let's get started. Alright, so today I just want to have a game against anyone. Okay, so here I'm playing against a 22-27 rated chess player. D4. Can I go knight c6? Yep, I think the Mikita's defense, knight c6. If d5, I'll go knight e5. Oh, so pawn to e4. I think let me go pawn to e5. This has transposed back into the king's pawn game. Knight to f3 by white. What is happening? Now it is the Scotch game. From d4 to the Scotch game. See, here it's like white started with e4 and then I played e5. Then knight to f3, knight c6 and d4. This is the position that you're seeing right now. Oh, there is a line that I know against the Scotch game. Pawn takes and then bishop c5 next. Yep, after knight takes d4. So bishop c5 is the line that I want to show you in today's video, you guys. Let me turn this video into an instructional one. So queen f6. Ooh, knight b5. Can I still take on e3? Bishop takes e3. But knight b5 is targeting my pawn on c7. White wants to take on c7 with check and win my rook on a8. I guess I just need to take the bishop on e3. Yep. And pawn takes. White had no time to take on c7, by the way. I wanted to mate on f2. So f takes e3. Look at how badly placed white's pawns on the center are. And it's now my turn. Can I go queen h4 check and win the e4 pawn and maybe the rook on h1? Yep, I think so, cause now this is check. If pawn to g3, yep. Now I can take the pawn on e4 and threaten to capture the rook on h1, but white has knight takes on c7 check. Or maybe I can go king d8 after that. Yep, knight takes c7 check. Now king d8 attacking the knight. And if knight takes a8, yeah, knight takes rook. I can take the rook on h1 as well. So queen takes h1. And now we see queen d6. I should be very careful here. White can give me a check on c7, but let me go. Oh, and he has queen f8 checkmate. So I need to play knight f6 here. Yep, knight f6, also paving way for my king's rook. Knight d2 by white. Can I go rook e8? Oh, but the queen can still go to c7. Queen c7 check and black can castle long. I don't know. The problem with rook e8 is that white can play queen c7 check. So I think let me just go knight e8. Yep, knight e8, attacking the queen and also guarding the c7 square. And what else? This is still a tough game, you guys. I just oversimplified it, but I still have queen takes h2. Yep, queen takes h2. White played queen a4 and I took on h2. Let me just start capturing all the pawns. Oh, white can also take on f7. Oh, is he? Okay, so castle long, I think queen h6. I just want to simplify the game at this stage of the game. I mean, if queen takes f7, I'll take the pawn on e3. At this stage of the game, I just want to exchange queens and just oversimplify the game. Yep, so queen takes f7, queen takes e3. I'm still looking for ways to exchange queens because I'm up a pawn and that's what you guys are supposed to be doing when you have an advantage. So king b1 by white. I think let me take the free pawn on g3 as well. I mean, when you have an advantage, you need to start trading pieces but not pawns. You keep pawns for the end game, and I keep saying this in almost all my videos. By the way, the knight on a8 is still trapped. Maybe white can play knight e4, but I have queen g4 eyeballing the rook on d1. I mean, what can white even do here? See how all my pieces are well defended. This is what we mean by piece coordination, you guys. great piece coordination. The pawn on h7 is defended by my rook on h8. The pawn on g7 is defended by my knight and my queen, which is on g3. My pawn on d7 is defended by my light squared bishop and the king. And my other pawn on b7 is defended by my light squared bishop. The pawn on a7 is defended by my knight on c6. This is what we mean by great piece coordination. And I can't even think of a better move for white in this position. Maybe, okay, yeah, there we see bishop b5. But isn't this a positional mistake? Because now I can fork the queen and the bishop on b5. Maybe white has queen h5, I don't know. So knight d6, double attacking the queen and bishop. Or maybe white can play queen d5. But I will still take the bishop on b5. Yep, so knight takes b5. White played queen d5, by the way, after which I took on b5 with my knight. And now, after queen takes b5, rook e8. The next move is rook e5. Or maybe, let me just simplify it again by playing rook e1. Yeah, just oversimplifying the game because I'm up material. Yeah, let me just keep it so simple. Keys. Oh, queen h5 by white. I think this looks like a blunder because now I can play pawn to g6, deflecting the queen from the defense of the rook. So pawn to g6 enables me to capture the free rook on d1 because it looks like the white queen cannot go anywhere near the rook. It cannot continue defending the rook on d1. So you guys, this is what we call a deflection in chess, where you play a certain move to deflect your opponent's piece from guarding something. So queen takes h7, rook takes d1 check, and king a2 by white. I think let me just take the knight. Yeah, rook takes d2. And I don't see a better continuation for white here. I'm planning to capture on c2 and maybe queen. Oh, so white played queen g8 check. And then let me go king e7. Yep, king e7. Queen g7 check. King e6. I need to be very fast here. Queen g8 check. King f6. So let's see what white is going to do. So they took my bishop, queen takes c8. Let me take the pawn on c2. Rook takes c2. Time is ticking, so I need to be very fast here. Okay, so 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Okay, knight c7 by white. Let me play, I think, queen e5. Threatening to mate on b2. Oh, wow. So queen takes d7 allows me to checkmate white on b2. Why did they even resign? He should have waited until I met him on b2. I am the boss. He should have waited. Well, I'm just joking, but obviously I won. And I think without wasting much of your time, let me just do some quick analysis of the defense that I used against the Scotch Gambit. And hey, before I do that, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if at all you haven't already, because that's how you encourage me to keep on making more wonderful videos just like this one. And also feel free to visit my website www.casperchess.com and check out my courses that are very affordable at the moment. There you will also be able to sign up for my free masterclass and get yourself a free mini course on the rat defense. So do the needful during this short break in about 4 seconds and don't go away. Okay, so the game started as a d4 opening and then I played knight c6, my favorite McKenna's defense. I was expecting black was going to play d5 and I was very prepared to go knight e5 after pawn to e4, which is what everybody plays. I was going to play pawn to d6. You already know my McKenna's trick, you guys, where I sacrifice my knight and start giving white some perpetual checks, after which there is nothing that white can do unless they just want to lose. So I normally play this line if I just want to get a quick draw or if I just want to punish my opponent. If you want to know more about the mechanics defense, you guys, you can watch the video that has popped up in the card above after watching this video. But anyways, after d4 knight c6, white did not play pawn to d5. Instead, they played pawn to e4, and this kind of transposed back into the king's pawn opening. Against this, I have a very solid Nimzowitsch defense repertoire where I go pawn to e4 in order to give white one more chance to play pawn to d5 so that I can go knight e7. And from here, my opponents like getting some more central space with a move pawn to c4, after which I play knight g6, paving way for my dark squared bishop. Let's say after knight c3, that's when I go bishop b4 in an effort to destroy white's pawn structure on the queen side like this. But once again, my opponent did not play pawn to d5. They immediately played knight f3, which transposed the game back into the Scotch. This is why we teach you so many openings in order to prepare you for whatever that comes. Imagine this game started as a d4 opening. I took it into the mechanics defense, and then later on it transposed into the Nimzowitsch defense, and finally the Scotch game. So you need to know your openings very well, you guys. After knight to f3, I took on d4, which is the main move, and after white takes, there is this line that I wanted to show you where we play bishop c5. The whole idea is to allow white to take the queen's knight so that we don't take right away, but go queen f6, threatening to mate on f2. For example, if white plays knight f5, then queen f2, checkmate. That's just a simple trap. Even if black doesn't fall for this, let's say they play queen e2. Here we take with the d pawn and later on develop our pieces on their most active squares and castle long. That's the main idea. The worst white can do is to play bishop e3, which is what they did later in the game, and you're going to see. Anyways, so my opponent didn't take on c6 after I played bishop c5. They played bishop e3, after which I still played queen f6, giving white one more time to take my knight, after which I would have taken the bishop, because again, if they rescue their knight, and honestly, I wasn't expecting this to happen. Even if white takes my dark squared bishop in this line, just look at how badly placed his center pawns are. And on the next move, I would have taken on c6, develop my bishop, and castle long once again. However, my opponent didn't take on c6 after I played queen f6. They played a similar move, knight b5, with an intention of taking on c7, after which I just went on to take on e3 because I knew they had no time to do this. That would have been a free knight, by the way. Again, if knight takes a8, there is queen takes f2 checkmate, which is why they ended up playing something else, you guys. After knight b5, bishop takes, they took with their pawn, and here I was very happy to play queen h5 check to win the rook and trap white's knight on a8 like this, and the rest is history from here. Before I end this video, the most common line you guys need to know is what I'm going to show you next. Well, quite alright, everyone plays bishop e3, after which you still go queen f6. They don't take on c6, okay? So the move that you're going to see from time to time is pawn to c3, after which I recommend you just go knight g e7, preparing to castle short, cause I mean, what else? Or you can even consider to castle long after developing your light squared bishop. You will see bishop c4 here. They want to castle short, by the way. After which you can safely castle short if you want. I'll go pawn to d6, which I like, by the way, because I like castling long whenever I'm playing against the Scotch gambit. Or don't be scared of knight takes c6, because once again you have bishop takes e3 and they have no time to take on e7 because there's a mate on f2. So they should take the bishop first, and only then do you take back on c6 with your knight. And now you can see white cannot castle short. So you don't have to be afraid of knight takes c6 after you play pawn to d6 in this position. I mean, even if they don't take on c6 and let's say they castle short, you can still go knight e5 here. But hey, the move I like is bishop d7 because I want to castle long, right? And if they play pawn to b4, I can simply retreat my bishop back. And let's say pawn to f4, I go a6, a5, bishop a7. You know, I'm just dealing to castle short because I don't want to castle long at this stage of the game because of how advanced white's pawns are on the queen side. If pawn to f4, well, I can simply castle short and continue with life. One thing I know is that white cannot push the pawn to e5 to attack my queen, cause I can just simply take back, and if they take back, well, I can just take back with my queen, attacking the bishop, and let's say bishop f2. The moral of the story is that this is winning for black. Bishop c8 next will come, and we start trading off all the big pieces to simplify the game even further. Alright, I plan to release a complete video on how to destroy the Scotch gambit in the near future, which is why you have all the reasons to subscribe to my channel if at all you haven't already, and be sure to hit the like button in order to encourage me to keep on making more wonderful videos just like this one. And my courses are still going at very affordable prices. Feel free to check them out at www.casperchess.com. There you'll also be able to sign up for my free masterclass and get yourself a free mini course on the rat defense. Alright, thank you for watching this video once again. Until next time, bye bye.